Hello, my name is Cindy Pond. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in the state of New York, and I'm here today for a couple of reasons. A lot of people come into my sessions and they're a little apprehensive about, what are we going to talk about? Most people feel some apprehension prior to their first therapy appointment. They don't know the world in terms of therapy, and this video is designed to kind of give you a little bit of insight into how I work and what that first appointment is going to be like, so that you can feel prepared and you can give some thought into, gee, how would I answer those questions if I was there? So this is just a way to kind of do that. So the first session with a new therapist is always kind of a give and take. It's a dialogue. It's a way to kind of talk a little bit about who you are and what you're hoping for. And I like to, start by thinking through what kinds of things are really bringing you into treatment. Why is it that at this point of your life, you're beginning to kind of think, I think I need to go talk to somebody. So I hear that a lot. I think I just got that feeling I needed to go talk to someone. Well, by talking to me, you're getting a chance to kind of slow down in your life and really formulate some ideas and thoughts and maybe verbalize some of those feelings that are within all of us. And we just have to kind of find some ways to try to share with somebody else how that looks and feels to us. I'm here as sort of an independent observer. I listen, and I can listen with a very compassionate ear, but I'm also listening for links, for patterns. I'm listening to see, are there some different strategies that we can maybe add to your life that might help you cope better with how you're feeling and how you're doing in your relationships or how you're feeling about yourself. So that's one part of it. I like to know what's bringing you in. Second part is I always like to know, what do you hope for this first session? What is it that, like, if we were to have the perfect session and things were to go just very well, what would that look like to you? Because I need to stay focused on what is most important to you and what types of goals or experiences or thoughts or feelings do we need to really kind of hone in on in order to get this clear for you. So that helps us then, as phase two, is to kind of focus on what is important right now. It's a dialogue. It's you and me just slowing down in our lives long enough to give you some time to kind of think through and talk about what's important. So I do ask a lot of questions. I'm trained that way. I'm kind of geared to ask you questions about your past relationships, about your family, about your strengths and weaknesses in life, and things that you think have, built you up and made you feel good, but also things that have been difficult and challenging. So that's, kind of going along in the outside of that session. It takes a long time to trust a therapist, so it's not something that just happens the first session. So I tend to encourage people to go slow. They don't know me. I want them to get to know me slowly. And over the course of a couple of sessions, we start to kind of find our rhythm with these dialogues. And that helps us to understand a little bit more about who you are and what's most important to you to accomplish in your time with me. So those are things that we kind of look at as we go forward in the first session. Goals. I love to kind of have an idea of one or two things that are really most important to you. If things were to feel different in your life, what are one or two things that might change or we might tweak a little bit to kind of help you feel better? Now, if that's too much, then I'm going to start to break it down into smaller pieces so that we get a really clear, dynamic understanding of that in our talks together. I hope this has been helpful to you. It's sort of a way to kind of give you an idea of who I am and what I'm about and the kinds of things that I think about as we go forward. I often do homework assignments. I like to send people email articles that I find. I have a nice confidential email system that I use, and we try to, kind of help you keep thinking during the week. Oh, well, I could be thinking about this as well as I go forward with my talks with Cindy. Okay, thank you very much for your time today. I hope this has been useful to you. Check me out on cpond.com. That's www.cpond.com. Thank you.